Hello friends, my name is Daksh Tucker. I am FIDE detector and chess coach. In today's video, we are going to see how the black will win against the Rees Opal. So one of my students played the one game on the Lee Chess platform. So his opponent rating is 900 and his rating is around 1730. So, so let's start with the video. White plays the pawn to e4 to control the center. Now the black reply with the pawn e5. White plays knight f3. Black defend the pawn with the knight to c6. Now the idea is simple. We have to build the center strong, develop our pieces and do the castle. And then after we'll play the middle game. But in the game, the white plays the bishop to b5. That called the raise opening. So here, the main idea will be like black will play pawn a6, bishop a4 and then bishop b3. So black reply with the same idea, the pawn a6 and kick out the bishop. That is the main idea, main move we can consider that move. But here the black plays knight to f6. In that, if the white want, he can try to win the pawn here in this move. So how he can win the pawn because the knight is defending. So he has to first eliminate the knight with the bishop and then he can win. But it's a mistake, so he should not do that. In the game, white took the knight and now the black take with the d pawn. Generally, whenever you have to take with the pawn, you have to consider that your pawn will be going towards the center. But in this case, what happened when you take with the d pawn, your bishop and the queen both will get activated. So that's why the black take with the d pawn. Now, white is greedy and he take the pawn on the e5. In the starting, you have to try to develop your pieces and do the castle. In spite of that, the white did the take the free pawn. If the black wants the pawn, he can take right now. But there is one cool move which you have to do whenever your opponent will try to win the e5 pawn in this line. So here the black to play. Can you find the best move for the black side? Then we'll go for the what that happened in the game. So the best move here is to queen d5, queen d4, which is threatening actually knight and the pawn. So the knight has to move and then after we can win the pawn with the check. Right, so that will be the best move here. So black didn't find that move, but the good move is like a knight, queen to e7. And the idea is to just take the knight as well as the pawn. So white decide to defend the knight with the pawn to d4. So the idea is, yeah, you can take my pawn right now with the queen. So here the black takes the pawn with the queen, knight. And here the thing will be if the white will move the knight, he will lose the queen. So how I will show you, if the knight will go to the f3, then we can simply go knight c3 and with the queen, like this move. And he can take with the pawn or the knight because of discover check. So in the game, after black takes the pawn, the white just move the queen here so that he will not get the discover check. And he is also threatening the knight here. So black moves the knight back now. So white just pin the knight. So if the knight will move, he will lose the queen. So in this one, the black try to move the pawn here, but that's a mistake. In this condition, when the white will take the knight, you can't take with the queen because if you do that, the same thing will happen to you, and he will get the free pawn this way. So black kick out the bishop. That's not a good move. So white take the knight, black take the bishop, and now we are taking it. And here, if we take with the queen, then we'll lose the one pawn, and we can take the knight because of this check. So this is the thing happen when the e pawn will be not on the board. So here after bishop takes knight, black take with the pawn, and now he is threatening the knight with the pawn. So knight goes back, and now here is the question like whose condition is better. So you can tell the answer in the chat box like what do you like in this condition, white or the black. Then we will examine that who is the advantage here in this condition. So let's see which point you have to consider when you have to evaluate the position. The first thing is you have to count the material. So in this condition, both has a equal material. So no material advantage to any side. The second thing you have to see that who has a good pawn structure. Like here, if we see that black pawn structure is not good, where the white pawn structure is pretty good. Okay, that's called the double pawn, which is generally weakness in the end game. So that's not good thing. The third thing we can consider is king safety. So here both the kings are in the center, so both the kings are open, so it will not any difference in this thing. Okay, and the fourth condition is a bishop pair. So in the generally, the traditional players are like the knight over the bishop. But as per chess new theory, we have to consider the bishop is a more valuable than a knight. So black has a two bishop advantage over the two knights. So generally it prefer two bishop over the two knights when the position is open. So I like the black condition here. You can just see your answer in the chat box. So after that, black try to take the knight, and here the idea will be like if white will take, black will take, and if black want to destroy the pawn structure, then he can take the knight. So white moves the knight, and he is attacking the pawn. So black decided to just do the castle, defending a pawn, and yeah, maybe in the future the queen will rook will come to do the checkmate. So black took the queen, exchanged the queens, and now the white just simply take the queen. Here the threat is he is losing the pawn. That threat he sees, but what is the main trouble here? His king is still in the center, and he didn't do the castle. So if this move will come, then the open file will just destroy the white king. So he has to actually just leave the pawn and play the game. But yeah, he's a greedy person, so he defends the pawn with the pawn, and the game is now completely favors the black. And what is the reason? Just black want to play the rook e8 and do the discover check. But when he plays rook e8, the white will do the castling. So his trick will fail. So here the black just take the knight with the bishop. And now the idea is simple. If the white will recapture the bishop, then his open file will destroy the white king. So and if he didn't, then the black is simply piece up. So in this condition, white take the bishop. That is a big blunder, and now the game is going to end. You have to find the black to play and mate in do. So if you find the answer, you can write in the chat box. So the right answer will be rook h to e8. Okay, and after that it's a check, and because of this rook is here, he can't go that side. So he's the only one move to go, which is a king to f1, and then after you can just simply go rook t1, and it's a checkmate. You see beautiful checkmate in just 15 moves because white delays to do the castle. So that's why it says castle as quickly as possible. I hope you understand this game and you like the video. If you like the video, you can subscribe to my channel for further videos. And thank you for watching.